like, so we got an issue, like we are unable to add the this database. So what is the error? We don't know that. I just go to here, activity log. So I got some connection succeeded, but I don't require this one. Now I will go to the, I will show you the troubleshooting part as well. What is our one?
Asha,
1 minute.
it's recording, right?
Yeah, I'm recording the session. Yeah,
Yeah.
1 minute. Yeah, like what? See, I got an issue. I don't know why I am unable to add the database to the Elastic pool. What is the, what it is blocking here? Okay, so now what I will do generally, I will tell you. I will go to the configure. I got an issue. I will check the error log here. What is there any meaningful, and I will check the time span. Okay, see last 1 hour, that's good. Okay, the issue has happened, right? So in the real time we have so many issues. So I will just select this time span. Okay, and it will list all things. Okay, I don't see any failure action here. So I didn't get meaningful information. Now what I will do, I will go to the server, where I will go to server demo 09. I will check for error log. Now I got this information. Now click on update. Now it got I failure here. Click on that. Okay. Uh, the resource operation completed with terminal provisioning state fail. Click change history, JSON data. See, like we got any meaningful error. Let's see that here. See, now we got a meaningful message here. The source database demo cannot have higher edition than the target database. Okay, so this is the edition. This is the issue, the error what I got. Because of this, okay, I got failure. I don't know really. I didn't plan this as well. Okay, what it is saying, cannot have higher edition than target database. Okay, cannot have higher edition, upgrade the edition on the target before upgrading that. Now you, okay, now what is the edition? Let's see for that. Okay, go to the elastic pool. Elastic pool is having standard 100 edtus. Okay, now, so I told you that, right? We are using DTUs in elastic pool. That's the reason we calling as a elastic EDTUs. Now in the interview, they will ask you what is difference between DTU and EDTU. Okay. Now this is the same thing. Okay. In the DTUs, the SQL Server database is utilized. It will expand as per their requirements. So it is rapidly increasing as per required. That's the reason we call it as a DTU. But at the end of the back end, DTU or DTUs are everything is same. Okay, it's a database transaction unit, composition of CPU, memory, and IO. So it's a Microsoft proprietary metric of resource metric. Okay, that you need to say the answer for the interviewer. Okay, now this is the error what we have received, right? Okay, now come to database, go to database, come to storage. Now come to standard. How many did you use? First I will go with the 10. Let's see how it goes, what it says. Now I have upgraded. In the Azure SQL databases, if you mean perform database refresh, and if you want to do like this way of like whenever you upgrade or downgrade. Okay. um okay. So the problem here is, I think I have configured replications demo. That's the reason we are failing this issue. Why? Because you tell me primary database, you have configured replication, sir, always on. Okay, when you configure always on, okay, primary replica will having 2 GB memory on 2 CPU, and standby replica is having 16 CPU. Is that good recommendation generally? No, right? Hello?
No, both need to be same.
Both need to be same. Okay. So that is a fundamental thing. Here, like I have configured geo replication. That's the reason it is saying that target edition, target edition. It means first you have to upgrade this geo replica into 011 on DTUs. That's the reason we got. And right now, I just removed the geo replication. Yeah. Now it will show you. It will directly be go to the Elastic pool. Go to Azure SQL. Elastic pool.
Harsha,
Yes, please.
yeah, yeah, sorry for disturbing you. I am getting just a one call, so I have to disconnect.
Yeah.
Hopefully tomorrow I will connect.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
The session is recorded, right,
Yes,
Harsha?
yes, yes, please. Yeah. Click demo database, click apply, click save. Now this time it will get success.
So
Now,
one database is enough to create the elastic pool, sir?
yes, yes, one database, the pool, even one database is also not required. How, like how many hours the pool exists, either in that we have databases or we doesn't matter. Every 1 hour the pool exists, you have to pay the money.
Okay, okay.
So now it will mm, go to that. Now go to the elastic pool. So I told you that, right? Click on configure. Now per database settings. Right now how many DTUs I am having? 100 DTUs. Let's assume that I am having two databases. One database is utilizing 100 DTUs. Then what about for other databases? So it will give you a problem, right? So that's the reason I am restricting. Each database can utilize, like each database will have 10 DTUs, and it can go to the up to 20 DTUs, or I can use up to 50. So it can use maximum, see, I got success here. Okay. Now it can go to up to 50 DTUs only. It will expand up to 50. So what will happen? We are securing other SQL Server connections as well. Click save. Always on encrypted. This is, I told you that, right? If we want to protect it, some SQL server from where we are trying to, from which computer we have created certificate, from that computer only the data will be visible. Now see the databases. See, we got the database, right? One database has been added. If you want to remove, just uh, once it is done, it will show that. You just select that and remove that options. Okay, you just remove from pool. Okay, so this is what exactly elastic pool is. In the interviewer, they might ask you what is elastic pool. You can say that there is a formula. Like you can say the formula. Okay, so that is a standard. So if the requirement is changes, and we have to increase as per the requirements. Okay, okay. Now we will this one has been completed. We will discuss serverless tier. Yeah, this guy has been completed. uh, just to configure, you come here, databases, select this one, remove from pool. So what, see, one database is doing some nonsense here. I mean, utilization is continuously peak for that, so it is disturbing the whole concept of elastic pool. So now this database is not eligible for elastic pool. This need dedicated resource. So let's keep it standalone only. So in that case, you just select the database and you just remove that from pool. Okay, click overview. Okay, now elastic pool has been completed. Now we will see the serverless tier. Now you tell me how many of you have seen this option. How many of you have seen this auto closed on option in on-prem? Hello, is
Yeah,
everybody
I
there?
didn't
Yes,
I
we have
didn't
seen.
see.
Have seen. What does that means? Can anyone explain me what does it
If
means?
there are no connection, so
Yeah,
it will the database will automatically down.
automatically down means what? It will go offline.
Ah, yeah, I think so.
No. So what
Sleep
will?
mode.
Yeah, sleeping mode one means
Yeah,
what? No. What?
Idle.
Yep. So what it means whenever, yeah, whatever you said is true. Sleep mode like offline, it's not like offline. So SQL Server will move the pages, connections, and everything to the disk only. If the connections become zero, the what are the pages that is being there in the buffer pool, okay, it will remove all those buffer pools and it will send to the disk only. It will not maintain any connections and everything. Whenever you for example, okay, you have enabled auto close option for this ranking databases. So after 1 hour all connections got removed and this database will into sleep mode. Generally I'm calling, for easy understanding purpose, I'm calling it as a ranking. So whenever I just trying to connect, you in the error messages it says the database is in recovery. So the database is recovering. It's just like whenever SQL server restarted, so undo will happen, right? Undo and redo happen, right? The same thing it happens. In technical terms we call it a database recovery. Okay, so, and then the first connection will get terminated and remaining all connections will get succeeded. The same story what we have in Azure. Okay, so now I will create one database. I will show you. I don't want to create that. Why? Because I need more billing. I will get more serverless standby. I will go with the serverless. I will change the, okay, only we have this thing as well. One minimum week or 0.5, maximum week or 2. I will keep that. Okay, so what I'm telling here, within 1 hour, if it is the database automatically purges. If it is inactive for time period specified here and automatically resumes when database activity occurs. Alternatively, auto passing can be disabled. Okay, so if you mention that within 1 hour it will pass. Okay, if there is no activity it will pass, otherwise it will automatically will go into pass mode. Okay, so if you have joined internet you just want to change this. Okay, I do not required. Now if you click apply, the database will get created. So almost estimated storage cost, this one how much I will get per second. This much means like I will calculate for 1 month. Per second this much for 60 for 1 minute I have again I will go with the 60, so that I will get 1 hour, right? Per 1 hour we have to pay 44 rupees. Okay, 44 rupees we have per 1 day into 24. We have 24 hours only, right? So per 1 day how much we are paying? All we will say this as a 1064. Per day we have to pay 1064. into 30 days. See, we have to pay like 131,900 rupees for single database only. Okay, sir, we have to pay the 31,000 rupees per month. This is already estimated. This only for compute storage, for CPU storage. I have not yet included the maximum storage, okay, and GB as well. If we include, it will go beyond that. So whenever we sometimes why I'm telling why and every time I'm doing calculator means, so they the client will ask you, okay, Harsha, I want to deploy serverless. You just give some estimation. So of that time you will select that the maximum v cores and minimum cores that we required, and you took the screenshot, and you have to draw the calculate. Just do them per day this much, per second this much, total you will get this much. So you have to give the rough estimation, and you have to submit to the client. So based on the client, if you okay with that, he allows us, okay Akshay, this much is okay, you just go and create the elastic pool and hand over to the application team. So this is how you need to give. Then what? See, we are simply creating the database serverless. Okay, now Arsha, you will tell that Arsha, 6 days is okay. So see, after 6 days, you just enable the pass, and I mean we will see that. Okay, either it is we don't know whether the project is coming or not. Okay, so after 6 days we will see. So if we have that kind of requirement, you have enabled auto pass for 6 hours after 6 days, but still the SQL Server database will not go into sleep mode. So that is the where we got most tickets in the for serverless database. Okay, serverless SQL pool. Praveen, can you mute? How I need to mute, man? Yeah, yeah. Now you just go through that elastic pool. No, no, not this, not this. This is not the right article. Serverless. Yeah. Now see, this is the utilization from this time. Okay, to from this time SQL Server database is been active for period of this time. This is there is no number of connections, no number of connections. Now this has been I mean there is no billing for this period. Again the SQL Server started connections. Now you have to pay minimum 0 0.5, maximum minimum he has configured as a like 4 week course. So if we have this kind of requirements, okay, so you can go through that. Now we have some rules and regulations why this database will not go into pass mode. We have to meet that, otherwise we don't get that. Now we will see the scenarios. Okay, now the number of connections should be zero. Once I connected this thing, now most of the guys what will do, the developers in the US means they have connected SQL Server, they will open new query and they will disconnect it, saying that it will okay, once we close that we will get with these connections will get automatically disconnected. No, that is not true. Okay, so it's just one connection, these are all one more, all other remaining connections. If you connect, if you this still it is an active only. If you see here, see it is showing, it means the connections are still there. Okay, so even like this, I have I mean I got one ticket saying that everything is okay, okay, everything is good, but that girl, the developer has just opened like this and he left that shift for the day. So that this session is costing so much money for that developer. So the connection should be zero, and CPU should be also zero. Okay, and if you have any issues, you just come here and it will show that some issues. Okay, this you, because of these sessions it is not going to into sleep mode. So okay, now the SQL Server will went into sleep mode, but it will start again, started resume. What are the events that we have enabled serverless and database is in sleep mode only as of now. If we enable auditing on this serverless database, immediately it will come into online. Immediately it will come online. That action will resume. Okay, if we enable dynamic data masking, it will be whatever we do on the portal, it will resume that. Okay, auto tuning it will enable. If you data sync, if you enable data sync, it will continuously resume that. It will not at all man. See, now this guy has edited the document. When you will use ssms earlier than 1.1 and opening a new query window for any database in the server, resume automated databases in the same server. This behavior will not occur in using LR 18.1 or later. So using SSMS and opening connections will also trigger the sleeping database into online. So these are the everything. This should be not occur. So every time we have a serverless database, we have to make sure that what we are doing and what are the things that makes the SQL Server database to come online. We have to aware that. Now in the interviewer they will ask, okay, so is there how it will came online? First, as usual, whenever you try to connect, first connection will get disconnect. Remaining second connections will known that will get connected. This we know that. Apart from that, if we whatever we do in the portal and server and for the sleeping database, it will come online. That should be your answer. And if you want to precise, you can go with the auditing, data classifications, and query vulnerability. You just remember one or two: auto tuning, database copy, data sync. You just have some two keywords to say in the interview. So now it is saying that if a server database is a pass mode, then the first login resumes and database returns the error. This is the error. Okay, why? Because whenever you are trying to pass, that's the database is in recovery state, right? That's the reason you got this error. This thing will happen in the on-prem as well. Okay, so you need to ask to employ to use the retry logic in the application connectivity. What I mean to say like this connection string. Okay, so is there any latency? Yes, it's all depends upon the how what are the service tier or details that we have. By default, some latency will be there for auto resume and auto pause. It is 1 to 10 minutes. So these are like all the events. So we have discussed here. So that's the reason. Okay, so in India they will ask you like what is serverless, what are the server events that might. These are the questions only you might get. Okay, you might get for the serverless. Now firewall rules. I will connect to this database so that.
Harsha, I have one question actually.
Yes, please.
In serverless model, can we disconnect the connections in the portal?
No, we cannot do that, right? How can we disconnect?
Okay,
No, we cannot
okay.
disconnect either.
Yeah, it was a billing.
Uh, yeah, good.
If
Okay, so for
okay.
example, I will show you like 9 9. So if I have any connections here, you can go for connections and view how many connections I'm having. For example, if I go through that, I can use serverless pane. You can kill, okay? You can kill. Not
Okay.
so right now I'm having 5 connections. So all are connected by the management studio only. Okay, but I know you know that I have opened only one connections. What about remain? I don't know where it is coming from. So but all are sleeping only. Now
Okay.
what I will do, I will open new query.
Killer session.
Now I have a session ID like kill. This is 90, right? So I don't want to kill 90. Now if I execute, 94 will come. Okay, we'll see 90, 94. We should not touch. We'll touch will with 54 or 89. I will touch. This is then I will use this. Can anyone say I will 89, right? Yeah, it is done. Now we have 6 connections, right? Now I will show you. How many connections? We got 5. Now I will try to uh, kill 53. That is done. Now I have having 4 connections. So like that you have to make sure. So once it is come to 94, I will kill 90, 92 as well. I am closing that new connection. Yeah. Now all connections are got only 92 and 94 and 91. Now what about 90, 91, 92 and 93? So no connections, but safe side. But this is also connection, right? So once we got the result here, okay. So you just connection that close this connection. Now we know that all connections will got 0. Now it will go into sleep mode, but we have to make sure that okay. So after 1 hour, 2 hours, we need to see that status. Okay, am I created or not? I will create. So no problem. You just come here. Here I will show you. I will tell you that right status. Here it will be in sleeping mode. Okay, the status will be not online. Here you can see that. So after 1 hour, you can see that okay, my database is in not in online. That's good. So this is how you have to maintain. Why? Because once money get deducted, and Microsoft will never give that e-money. Okay, so a number of days will go. We have to go. We have to go through that. So okay, so that's how we need to troubleshoot. Okay, if still we have done every much, but we are unable to resolve that what exact issue it is happening, then you can drop an email, you can drop any ticket service tag, then I will come into that. Means I'm not at that time I'm working, not at now as now I'm not working. So who are working as Microsoft, they will come and they will analyze. They have tools, internal tools. Okay, they will check that why this database is not in it. It will give some list, and if they will provide the data exact reason what you have to do. Okay,
Okay.
now with this has been completed. Now we will see database firewalls. So now we have two rules. One is server level rules and firewall database level firewall rules. Now I click that. Where I am in, am I in database or am I in server? Hello,
server.
You are in server.
server. I'm server, right? So if I go with the networking here, okay. So here I like come here, add your client IP, click save. It means I may allow, I'm eligible, uh, I can connect to the SQL server from this IP. See, in the yesterday this is my IP, like day before yesterday this is my IP, and today this IP. Every time my public is keep on changing. It is not static. So how many I daily how do I need to add my IP address like this? No. Why? Because if I need to make a call to who is providing into the internet, I need to talk to them. So I need static public IP address, and I need to use that only. For that they will charge some money like extra 500 apart from your billing. Okay, so you will get. But every time this is not valid solution, right? Why I should pay extra money for having static IP? Not required. Okay, so I can enable like for example I will show you. Okay, no, somebody will say no, no, Arsha, that's not a big deal for me. I can add every time I want. I can pay. Sir, I can add the IP address into server like this. How many you can add? 128 you can add. So what about after 28 you have to remove like each and every IP, okay, and you have to remove the unused IP addresses and you got. Let's assume that in your project you are having 128 employees or 135 employees. Each everybody will require database access. Now you tell me, uh, like we are having only 128 only IPs we can add into SQL server level. Okay, we are having 135 employees. Then what we'll do? No, it's not possible, right? So 128 limits is not good for us, and that the way that we are doing things is not good. Now what we can do here is we can add certain you know that all your employees will have in this range only. So 0.0.0 something or if you are having 10.050, okay, and 10.10.200. You know that you these public IP addresses you are in, so you need to give the range here as here like this. But sometimes I cannot give the guarantee that, right, this might be and so instead of you know that the rules and regulations, everybody will have their username and password with very complexity. You know you are very damn sure that except my pass I mean whoever knows his password in username, they can only, you are very damn sure about that. So that in that case you can allow 0.0 to 225.225.225.225. This is total internet. Total internet means everybody can connect if they have username and password. Okay, see, this is not a feasible solution. Okay, for sometimes we have neck to neck situations. Okay, so at that time we can allow use this option, but sometimes they see everybody will try to connect to try to ping and everything. So we have some network protocol like everybody, so somebody hackers will be there. So even if they have a public IP, it's like this enable, they are keep on trying to the SQL server with another usernames. What it will tell SQL server, is it respond to your queries, or is it response that you don't have firewall, you don't have a firewall. So what will happen? Gateway will flood its n number of invalid sessions. Okay, so that's the reason when we are having some neck to neck situations. Okay, at that time for just what that moment we can allow this IP address 0.0 to 0.0. Okay, so that's the one question. That's the one. Otherwise, okay, we are having, we are having, we are having hello from resources. It is to some extent. If you are trying to connect the SQL server from your on-prem, so then it will not allow. It will ask us to enable IP address, to add the IP address. But everybody who are using Azure can connect to the SQL server. See, we have reduced the risk from 100% to 50%. Okay, this option will like that, but everybody will have should have the valid connections, valid username and passwords. Okay, yes. Then um, if you know, if you don't want to enable this option, we have a private endpoint. So we need to ask our networking team to enable private access and to create a private endpoint to our SQL server. Using point to site connection, we can directly connect to the SQL server. Okay, like this, that's it. Okay, now like use now you tell me, I'm having 135 employees. If I enable on server level, everybody will access for all the databases, right? See, even though they don't have an access on SQL server, but they are visible. They are able to see the database. What are the databases that they are having in the SQL server? I don't want to do that. So in which permission they in for which, for example, Swati is there. Okay, Swati is having permission on demo database, so he should have an access only for demo databases, not apart from other database. Okay, so first we will see that rules we have in SQL for Azure SQL databases. We have two firewalls. One is database level firewall rules and server level firewall rules. Okay, uh, now you will see that whenever you connected from Azure or from internet, first it will check database level. Is there any firewall rules are there in the database level or not? It will check. If firewalls or rules are there, it will get connected to the respective databases. If not, it will check client type. If not, it will check for the server level firewalls. Okay, sorry, I didn't find any database level firewall rules. Let's check in the server level rules. If it is checked, it will connect to the respective databases. If in server level also we don't have any IPs, then connection fails. Now, how we can see in the database level and server level firewall rules? Go to the portal. Right now, we are in database. Set server firewall rules. We came into server firewall rules. Here we can see the firewall rules what we have added. Okay, but we are in server level. I said there are two: server level, database level. We are seeing in the server level only. What about database level? There is no option using portal to see the database level firewall rules. Then Arsha, you said something back only and you are saying there is no option. Then what is the point of like having different? Yes, using SSMS we can see the database firewall rules. You just come here, just copy that. I need to be in the master, I think so. Okay, what? Yeah. See, whatever we are seeing in the portal, see, we are seeing this, right? We are seeing for test demo 09. Okay, whatever we are seeing this IP, we are able to see the all this. Now you tell me, we are having uh, we are having only three IP addresses here, but we are seeing four. It means it means whenever you see you see 0.0.0 to 0.00.0, it means all Azure IPs, all Windows Azure IPs. It means what? I have not done anything. It means you have enabled allow Azure access. It means what? This thing. If you enable this option background, in the background it will add this IP address. If you want to cross check, yes, remove that, save. Oh, sorry, I have logged it, right? See, that's the reason. Now you just, where I have seen the logs. I just removing that, click save. Yeah, it is done, right? Now again come back. Now previously we are having four three now click execute. So that one has been removed, right? So we are seeing that in the database level. What about in the server level? See, now if you see here database, now if you want to see the database, you just mention here database. That's it. Come here and make sure that you are in those respective database. Right now how many we have? Zero in the this thing, right? I will show you how to add. Copy this. See, whenever you see in the database here, then only it will come as a database or firewall rule. Now I am creating one more firewall rule. Oh, why this is read only? Is it secondary, right? Okay, I will go to test demo 08. Now, so now if you see here, I don't have any IP address. Okay, now I'm just adding some dummy firewall rule. So it got affected. Now if you see here, so the rule we have successfully added one rule here. If you want to delete that, yes, you can delete that. You just copy this command. Again, you have to mention the database underscore. Yeah, it's got deleted. Now check that. Okay, so in the portal, in the Azure portal, he doesn't mention anything. He just mention how to delete server and everything. Okay, so here only he have given some rules here. Okay, so keeping in that in mind, so here we need to either we if we are doing in the for specific database, first you have to make sure that either we are in the right database or not, and check that either there is a database command or not here. Okay, so you don't get any issues further. So this is how, if you want to add, for example, I said Swati is there. Okay, so Swati, I know Swati, I will ask Swati, what is your like public IP address? He said something like this. Okay, now I will mention and like here, Swati public IP address. Okay, so and I will click execute here. So now Swati can connect directly for ranking database only. She doesn't connect to other databases what we are having in the respective database. So this is how you can find drill down the issues one by one. Okay. So this is how we have one way of security we have in the server level. Okay. Now what are the server level fire this now database like firewall rules has been completed successfully. So now you tell me in the interviewer how you are in the interviewer they will ask you, Arsha, how you are going to protect the SQL server, means you can say like we are so we have so many things. I will come drill down one by one. Like this you can start, you can protect the, you can create the logins for which databases only you have access, and you have can provide the minimum access level or exactly what we don't provide sysadmin for that. Coming to this is connection policy, and coming to like protection from where somebody is trying to connect, we will enable the allow Azure access or not. We are having database firewall rules and server level firewall rules. We are having dynamic data masking. We are row level security. You just mention all these points and said as per the company requirement, as per project requirement, we will enable those. Okay, so this is how you need to answer in the interview. Now this has been completed. uh, shall we is that okay to go with the user management, or we can discuss this all these tomorrow? I am okay with this. What now, it will become very clumsy for you. Hello.
I think tomorrow, okay.
Okay, okay then, yeah. Okay, I will stop the recording for now so